Hello gamers, this is Sai, and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now, why should campers at Crystal Lake be aware of their surroundings? Always be on the lookout for that killer in the mask, and with that being said, let's go on with the video.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
As much as I love playing video games, I also love watching movies, especially those set within the horror genre. Over the years there have been some truly terrifying films, and I happen to love the slasher type genre, where helpless victims find themselves running away from a serial killer. Now, one of the most infamous serial killers in the world of movies just happens to be Jason Voorhees. But when it came to the world of gaming, this hockey masked serial killer made himself known. But before I carry on, let's go back to where it all started. In the early 80s, the cult classic film known as Friday the 13th graced the silver screen, and from its success, many sequels would follow, with the second film introducing Jason Voorhees as the serial killer of Camp Crystal Lake. And from the popularity of the films, Jason Voorhees would make that leap to the digital realm of gaming, starting in 1985 with Friday the 13th, the computer game. Gamers would be able to roam freely around the stages, interacting with a variety of characters, although gamers would have to keep their wits about them, as some of these characters could potentially be Jason Voorhees in disguise. This sense of not knowing fueled this paranoia for gamers. Were they dealing with friend, or were they dealing with foe?
I hope the fate of millions.
Now, what was unusual at the time was the lack of censorship. Basically, when gamers came face to face with Jason Voorhees, a scream would be heard followed by an image that fitted perfectly within the Friday the 13th franchise. Anyway, all that changed in 1989 when Friday the 13th was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. When Friday the 13th found its new home on Nintendo's grey box of fun, gameplay had maintained the basic core dynamic of the predecessor, and this time around, gamers would be in control of one of the 6 Crystal Lake counselors. However, unlike the 1985 version, there was more emphasis on stopping Jason from killing the other counselors, as well as the children that they were in charge of. This added a sense of urgency, especially knowing that any moment it could be game over. Game over, yeah! Despite its efforts, Friday the 13th has gone down as one of the worst games for the NES, alongside a few others that just happen to share this symbol.
What?
Following on from this, Jason continued his horrific slaughter on the silver screen, and over time, he would make brief appearances within the world of gaming. There were some unofficial games that had Jason appearing in momentarily, while others became more mainstream. He even made his way to the world of Mortal Kombat, slaughtering Earthworld's greatest fighters. As fun as these games were, it wasn't until 2017 that Jason Voorhees had truly come back to the world of gaming. Several years before Friday the 13th, the game graced gaming systems, developer Ilphonic were working on a slasher type game that clearly was inspired by the Friday the 13th franchise.
Excellent!
The concept was similar to the first Friday the 13th film and took place in Camp Forest Green, with the working title of Slasher Volume 1, Summer Camp. However, as if supernatural forces were at work, a meeting with Sean Cunningham changed the fate of Slasher Volume 1. Basically, in a nutshell, IllFonic were granted the Friday the 13th license. Now with the blessing of Sean, IllFonic got to work on creating a game that would honour the franchise it was going to be based on. However, while they may have been granted the Friday the 13th license, they still needed some help, and so a Kickstarter was set up. Now for anything Kickstarter related, I highly recommend Slope's Games Room. Dan has some fantastic videos and other Kickstarters, as well as the highly addictive complete histories of video games. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. With the Kickstarter for Friday the 13th, the game being successful, it eventually entered the world of gaming for fans of the franchise and newer gamers to enjoy. Gameplay for Friday the 13th, the game was set in a semi-open world, where up to 8 gamers would take turns in an online battle of wits, where they would get the chance to play as either Jason or one of Camp Crystal Lake's counsellors. If gamers found themselves playing as Jason Voorhees, then a game of cat and mouse would begin. Playing as the hockey mask wearing killer, certain supernatural abilities would be granted, like teleportation, as well as the gift of sensing nearby counsellors. And if they did, then they got to live out that fantasy of being a serial killer. Now there is a way of defeating Jason, but you have to play this fantastic game, but I could give you a clue. So come closer. No, closer than that. Closer. Are you listening? To defeat Jason, you need to... There it is again. That's coming from outside. Wait, I know you. You're Jason Voorhees. What's this? Simon Voorhees, Sandy Ball's killer. All victims considered. Simon Voorhees? That's just stupid. I'll pick it out of here.
To say that VR Troopers on the Sega Genesis wasn't a bad game is a damn understatement. And the hell was that?
Hey, wait a minute. I know you. Cartoon guy, get down. Huh? Si, I don't think that's working. Well, if you've got a better idea, I suggest you try it. Oh, I wonder. Bang. Wait, what the hell just happened? I can't believe that worked. Wait, what? I'm genuinely impressed with myself. Okay, just one thing. Where is Simon Voorhees? I don't know. Maybe at the end of time or in another dimension. I'm not going to even ask Cartoon Guy. Can you just do me a favour? What's that, Si? Don't point that thing at me. I'm just glad we survived. Let's go home. Allow me. Overall, the Friday the 13th games brought with them a sense of fun for gamers. From the 1985 classic in its simplistic gameplay, the brief appearance on the NES, and finally going all the way to 2017's Friday the 13th game. There is something within each game that has left its mark on gamers. Perhaps in the future, Jason Voorhees will make yet another return to the world of gaming, where he'll come face to face with the horrors that lurk just beyond the other side of the veil. But whichever Friday the 13th game that gamers choose to play, they mustn't underestimate the evil power of Jason Voorhees, as he'll always come back from the dead, ready to continue his killing spree. Feels so good to be back. I'm glad you appeared when you did, Cartoon Guy. Some things never change. Anyway, come back next time where I take a look at the NES and how Nintendo's great box of fun changed the world of gaming forever. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.